Enti Bonohene, any other TikTokers abe clash with some just far as cybercrime amendment bill na air concern. The month you not chira wadwen amame e wo comment section. Aha Penyah blog media. Mess say need you. Obe like this video no other my subscribe button so na be click the notification icon of latest update aba chira wadwen abame e wo comment section. Mess so baso. No wa share for so any be ashe. Eti we kwem the nipa me say all trending can say Sam George. Now out of nowhere Sam George I just want to interview for the or the cybercrime amendment bill or person person. Some George
the justification of fighting cybercrime is flawed. You already have the infrastructure today that is fighting cybercrime. You have a national cybersecurity advisor at the ministry. There's a national cybersecurity center. There's a joint interministerial working group on fighting on cybercrime that has the Minister for National Security, has the Minister for Communications, has the Minister for Justice and Attorney General, has the Minister for Interior. There are about 7 ministers on it. And the structures exist. If you are setting up an authority, that is just a bureaucracy. The bureaucracy is going to be responsible for policy, regulation, and frameworks. That authority is not going to be responsible for the fight against cybercrime. The fight against cybercrime across the world has never been done by governments. It is always done by private sector agencies. What you will see is that government is going to say that, okay, for out
of nowhere or no and push the agenda for that same thing. Our modern crowd, the so dangerous. Even WhatsApp crowd or pass a comment be not any muda or track or message, ni abe carry on hey enipa ba ko e wo tumi say o make arrest agency na no Penyah down obetuma be chew obetuma boss search obetuma prosecute obetuma jail just say omu create special court for that thing you nya lawyer same bia o hono a special court for that purposes as enipa organize abe say as could the time memu and omu create that office no e dey aba abaye na e no. In fact, medical be video about church mu didn't me try to sort. Medical be video church mu tunya video ni here. Go to the page, you will get that video to watch. Now no ana Bonohene any TikTok is actually there be. Sam George I do part the emo mine no. Emwa. Eti pia chiri kura na emwa.
Boy. Me tena sidin bibisa me ho questions. Your freedom of speech e wo my Ghana mu. Democratic dispensation. Kabi mamin kabi. We disagree to agree in principle. Etumpan. Obiane na dwene obiane nyansa. Ye to aba ma obi sama mpanyi na nyon nkwa ne nyansa okruma. Obi a minister nyon nkwa ne nyansa. Nobody is paragon of wisdom. Enti ade ankoye ne yesi ye kekere oman. Na no man koye no obi kan bi den say de ye be yamra bi okrom ha. Wo kana ne abane nyadwene na de abane kan ye sabe wo fom wo ho na wo kodam 5 years na a dictatorship
wa she
na ye hunhuna kama bi nka bi sa abane kan esi
ne kan na da hodo
mampayi John Mahama wo kan ye se nwan kura no a wontimi nkasa hey ye ni sa dark days no
wa
katra ndi sa ban. We are not in the dark days. Vajimi bre. Papa J bre.
Etumpan.
What one day about store ni abecho ni abo. PNDC ya NDC. Abanfu ababoni.
Wa.
Yendi sa amre ni biu.
Etumpan.
Ghana yenyini. Yeni ate. Esi ye mamra ne ye adwuma. Ade amempe hate speech. So be kansam na wudidi atam na aboa kwasea jimifo dabi
ana pe dia na ka no kulisi
enye akwaba dia enye na enye
ne ka na da hodo
ba nipa no eye man ne ye kekere
etumpan
man asam na aba
hwene akasa
ana nipa na kire na adwen adwen kire ma obi ani ni nyansa ensatia ne nya pentimi nya peda nipa ne ka obetimi afom na wofom aso onkoda afia se 5 years why na betetene John Mama
wa she
nipa ne kan ya wo se wo che no wo de ne kwatum for 5 years next time why na bet no
Ewa Mahama
that means obi hu bibi kura no a wontimi nka say yo wanka
ne kan na da hodo
wanka no WhatsApp group wanka TikTok wanka Facebook and ya mon country social media no ye twam Ghana country this aban is better some be country Ghana for say social media ye twam traditional media ye twam
ne kan na da hodo
radio stations mun close no
ana pe dia na ka
mo bi anko X Mo bia anko Facebook. Ma wo bia anko TikTok. Ne de keke ka ho.
Say anya hote ban e bi ni mpan.
Anya ya sori a. Ne ake anu atum.
Etumpan.
Kanti to Roma asori. Na de asofofo ne kana brofo nte. You say amen.
You can't we ask.
Sana ban the person man Ghana ya chichere no kwa na.
Hey, Ewa Mahama.
Adi biaba.
Etumpan.
Nti Roman for ne trans hu said bi. Kwasi broni Latin na wo ka no. Omo nti ase ye. Nti starting titi ya ye nkrofo mbeka twi. Kasa ye nkrofo beti ase ye.
Ne ka na da ho.
Nti ani biaba. Ka kire ndisi aban say ni biaba.
Ano pe dia no ka no kulisi.
Dia wo mo de ba no ehu. Dia mo de ba no. Ntremu a wo m nyina ne se. Omo di hu se Ghana fo. Wontimi nko social media. WhatsApp group. Chat wontimi nye. Wontimi nye bibia. Si ye gitumu a. Akwaba ni afra bibi criminal libel law. Sabra no, he de obeka bia civil case kura ni achewo, ni e de wakoto afiase. Ye ka civil case a, ye wo case bi wa misdemeanor. Asem keto bi, e den na wo kan ye, Bonohene presentation num e na wo kan asa asem wi, na no me da afiase.
Ye bomu a no kre na dikan.
Enti dia wo kufo obetena akonya so 2001 July 27 e no se da bi mamuo ya nchechire ne saa ya nchechire mamuo se wo ka asem obi ntimi nka bi semtro ni ya dwuma na no fuma wonko da afiase abra bamfo di aban sika wayomi o ga amanfo di billions of cedis o my Ghana mu omonko da afiase
Wow, she.
ni atratra asem no ho a my lord na 4 years aba na aban asesa na aban aba my lord my justice my fine na 4 years asesa
Way, boy.
omonko da afiase 4 years enti dan na beba obi adwene keke na dwene a wo kire ne kasa obeka se se dia pese ye mmra na wo kire na dwene na wo fom a na no kasa won kodam 5 years are we serious as a country when you adwene ho
You can't we ask so by reset your mind.
dia wo kofo ba no say hey or repeal criminal libel law
Etumpan.
in 2001 July 27 when you try say ye wo mampan na watena konya so odwene manfo ho wo ma ho kwan say obi an criticize no but in constructive manner
Kukurudu.
in constructive manner na wo hira wo se obi an kana sem ka tire mampan John Dramani mama so se obi an kana sem obepem
Ne ka na da ho do.
wo hira wo se obi an kana sem no oh na sabi wo boro kra se na wa ya ade
Ano pe dia no.
sabi na jimi wo krom kra se na wo ya ade obepem
Ano pe dia no ka no kulisi.
enti sania LGBTQ+ bill no ya de ko man yi mraso bi fie under paper na wo so ye kotwe firi ho no edom kase no kotwe firi ho no and this phone ko wie firi ho no omo santwe we firi ho
Ne ka na da ho do.
because when ma ho kwan ma democracy na practice no in the pin
Ano pe dia no ka no kulisi.
LGBTQ+ and the sabi na de ntia mo fan content tentam ne enye ho aduma
Say anya hote ban e bi ni mpan sa.
mo sorry am say cyber security hwan be ye de ko man mraso bi fie ni abeka manfo kasa bo ahye
Wow, she.
almost started ya to abama NDC aban betena konya so almost started ade bi na Ghana fo ahu almost started with mrasebujafo
Ne ka na da ho do.
almost outspoken grofo almost bi o ma no ka no kre e ka de o mahu di o mate ye ni kroma Reverend John Tim Fodwo
Etumpan.
ya nrase no
Etumpan.
ya ntata no
Jenia kasa.
edidi mu an ye government officials o mafra konya so MPP mpanfo ana o mukita positions ye rero mu fie ye started atete o ma diska o ma ye sei ni e wokroma
Wow, she.
akwaba wi akire ba nsem trofo so samtro ni ka bibia hey na no patre hey ni abeche no ewi akire TikTok esen kran ketenkete ni atete mu okroma se say de Ghana fo aka no ye sand hu abo abehye mo ni ase abeche wo
You can't we ask.
In fact, I see the shadows of Nepal in Ghana because of this cyber security amendment bill that the parliament wants to pass. Because trying to take away the freedom of speech and expression from your own people, both online and offline, Charlie, it's something that it's like you are just creating a time bomb for yourselves, and it's very dangerous. You understand? You should not support this. Because this is a sign of oppression. This is a sign of oppression. This is trying to be a disguised democracy. If you're trying to use it as a military rule, just say it's a military rule. If it's democracy, then allow people to express themselves on social media. Because if something is not going on well, it's the people that need to speak against it and put you people on track so that you people will know whatever you are doing. Because this cybersecurity amendment that they want to pass, Charlie, if they pass it, it's very dangerous. It will be a threat on our voices. You cannot speak against Galamsey. You cannot speak against the illegality that is happening in this country. You cannot speak against anything, even if there's a corruption scandal in the government body. You cannot speak against it, because if you speak against it, they can just activate the cybersecurity to just come and pick you for no reason, for no warrants, without any warrants. They can just persecute you or just jail you just like that before they even come and do investigation about your case. This is how dangerous it is. They are trying to shut Ghanaians down. They try to shut them up, but they don't know that they're just preparing some time bomb for themselves. Because if the people cannot speak out and the anger keeps boiling in them, what will happen? You know what happened in Madagascar. You know what happened in Nepal. You know what happened in Kenya. This is what the leaders are planning for themselves. So please, you guys should not pass this particular bill, because we have our right to express ourselves in this country. If something is not going well, we need to speak against it. Because at the end of the day, we are Ghanaians and we need to be citizens but not spectators. If something is going on good, we talk about it. If something is going bad, we talk about it. This makes us citizens, not spectators. And the country belongs to us. It doesn't belong to anybody. We have the power, and we give you the power and the mandate to rule us. You begged us to give you power. We did not beg you to come into power. So why are you trying to take away our voices from us? So this bill must not be passed. Say no to the cybersecurity bill that they are trying to amend. It's dangerous to you and it's dangerous to me. You don't know. Just go to Google and type cybersecurity amendment bill 2025 Ghana. Go and read it yourself, and you see how dangerous it is. You will see how dangerous it is. Yes. Share this video to your fellow Ghanaian. Like this video and do it and follow the page. Thank you very much. Bye bye.
Sam George, as someone who we have employed you, that's not how you are supposed to talk. You need to learn some diplomacy, if we are being honest. If that bill comes to pass, this thing I'm saying right here, I could be taken off just like that. Are you aware of that? This 34-page document quietly gives the government power to enter offices, seize data, freeze assets, and decide who can work in tech. Here's what they are not telling you.
Please stop spreading falsehood and misinformation so gleefully. Thanks.
So if this bill comes in, just a tweet like that means someone just tagged it as misinformation, and so you are going to be swept out just like that.
They can just do that, and that's very crazy. Like, that's infringement of your rights to speak. When you talk, people will think that you are trying to speak for some political party, but actually
we are talking about something that is directly affecting our life, you and I, and to whoever is watching us now.
When you start reading the bill, right, it promises you something good, right? So we want to protect women and children, which is great. We want to make sure people are not committing cyber crimes, which is great. You go deeper and you're like, you need accreditation to practice, else you are a criminal for that. That's crazy. Like,
why should Ghanaians be concerned? Number one, this bill creates a powerful surveillance state apparatus with minimal checks and balances. Number two, your online activities could be monitored, your communications intercepted, and your assets seized based on broadly defined offenses. So now, are we saying that we are giving all of this autonomy to just one body? The black man is already drunk on power already, and if you are giving him this opportunity extra, is that not a recipe for disaster, if we are being honest? International precedent shows such laws are often used to silence dissent rather than fight genuine cybercrime.
I would say it should be scrapped, right?
Immediately, with immediate effect.
First of all, the NDC should know that we did not give them to third in parliament. We did not give them absolute power to come and be passing some bill that will limit our freedom of speech online. No. Look, the cyber security amendment, the cyber whatever amendment bill that they want to go and deliberate on and pass. Look, if it is passed, you and I, our freedom of speech will be limited. Look, they will give the Ministry of Communication so much power that they can arrest, prosecute you, come to your house, confiscate your phone. Like, they can basically do anything. I went through the list. It is long, so I cannot come with breaking. But when I went through the list, bro, it is not good though. I don't know who is watching me, but you guys must say no. We must speak against that cyber security amendment bill. Bro, if that is passed, do you know the power some judge you hold in Ghana? Bro, I say, like, if you say something they don't like, they can just come to your house and arrest you. They can prosecute you. Like, they can basically do what they like. Whatever you say online will be censored. You will not have the freedom to say a lot of things again. So you see that cyber security amendment bill, me, I am against it. So some judge and the rest, we did not give you to tell the parliament. We didn't give you absolute power to come and be passing some bill. No, we gave you that to make sure you prosecute all those that have looted state resources. What do you... Oh.
While some of us are on the internet trying to, entertain ourselves, the government is doing something behind our back. And even the recent talk about the LGBTQ is taking our focus away. So let me break it down per my personal understanding. And what I'm talking about over here is the Cyber Security Amendment Bill 2025. Parliament wants to pass this bill, and I think this should be a concern to every citizen in this country. And here is why. The Cyber Security Authority, or in this video I might address them as a CSA, when this bill is passed, they are going to act as the police, they can act as a prosecutor, and at the same time can act as a judge, which means that the CSA officer, if CSA officer, can arrest you, can search your office, can seize even your device without a police being involved in it. Now, here is the scary part. The CSA officers can even freeze your bank accounts before any court, proves whether you are guilty or not. So basically, you are being punished before anyone can prove that you are right or you are wrong. My most concerning part of all this is that nobody, absolutely nobody, can offer cybersecurity advice or services without being licensed. And this includes the NGOs, the freelancers, none of them. So basically, no license, no job. And this is a government that has been preaching about job for the youth, job for a whole lot of plenty of jobs. And Sam George is one of the people that have been spearheading this whole thing for a long period of time. So there was an implementation of the 1 million coders thing, which I don't know if it is actually going on, and a whole bunch of policies that the government is putting in place in order to curb these whole unemployment rates in the country. But what about the cybersecurity personnel? What about those that have an agency that offer some of these services? And the moment that they say you need a license, that means that corruption is coming there. Don't forget about that. As if that is not enough, if this bill is being passed, it means that they are also going to control the tech space. So they have the power to label any business as a critical infrastructure, meaning that the moment they label you, they will be able to monitor and control everything that you do as a startup or as a fintech, and still within the tech space. They are also having the power, to decide which technology is best for us. So let's take it for instance, any AI, any blockchain that is being introduced, or any startup that decide to build any of these AI tools, or even cloud services, all these technologies, the government is the one that is going to tell us which of these services are good for us to use. And to make this whole thing a bit more scary, or to make it a bit more annoying, is that some of our intelligence agencies are going to be part of the CSA board. I'm talking about the NSB and that of the NIB. I don't know if the NIB is still working. Yeah, I think the NIB and then the NSB are going to be part of the CSA board. So, which means that the spy agencies are now having eyes on your private businesses or systems too. So, here is a conflict of interest, in my opinion. So, the CSA, that collects money from these fines and licenses. Basically, they are policing us, and at the same time, they're also making money off us too as well. Let's not forget the e-levy bill. It was just within like this now, and then it was being passed. and later we're all regretting it. I am not saying we don't need a cybersecurity amendment bill or law, but if you are introducing this bill to us without having an independent oversight of it, and you want everything to be solely done by the CSA, then it doesn't make any sense. Okay, so all we are asking for is that there should be an independent oversight. There should be clear limits to what the CSA can actually do, and also there should be a judicial control too as well, so that these individuals that find themselves within the CSA offices or the offices don't abuse some of these powers. This bill has not been passed. So this is a time for us to, make noise about it. This is a time for us to create awareness. This is a time for us to tell them that we need things to be done right. Let's tag our MPs. Let's go on Twitter or X or Facebook. Let's make noise about this whole thing and make sure that the right thing is being done by the authorities or by the government, because we just don't want anything just to be done, and then later on we would be the ones suffering.
kyerɛ wadwe ma me ɛwɔ comment section aha yɛ Penyah Block Media.